From the Opubco Studios at Britain and Broadway, you're listening to a News OK podcast.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to a comics podcast at newsok.com. I'm Matt Price. I'm here with Cowl Roberts. Pretty successful week for comics this week. Yeah. It's the new Captain America's birthday. We continue the Who is Superwoman story that wraps up in Supergirl, and then we've got Wolverine and Batman.
And we've got two conclusions this week.
Two conclusions. That's right. So let's start off with the finale. Who is Superwoman? Last issue, who Superwoman is revealed.
Major Lane.
It's Major Lane, so if you haven't read it yet, you're a month late.
This continues
the battle, and actually continues the shock endings as the Sterling Gates pulls another surprise ending out of his hat, and you're left thinking, where is this going to go from here? This is a heavy action issue. You've got Reactron, Inspector Henderson, Supergirl versus Superwoman. So solid conclusion. Jamal Igle took the issue off, and Fernando DeGino, I may be saying that wrong, is the fill-in artist. He's not quite as good as Jamal Igle, who is a superstar, but it was a very solid fill-in issue.
Sweet.
Second week, Wolverine, Weapon X, second issue. Another action-packed one, really. Jason Aaron, Ron Garney. Ron Garney was a great Captain America artist in the 90s, and then he was maybe not as big a deal there for a few years as he was on projects that maybe didn't click with him as much, or for whatever reason didn't click with the fans as much. I think this is going to move him back up into that rank of top-notch artists.
If you miss the first one, you're not missing anything.
Really, it's a lot of action, some good dialogue as well.
Yeah, it's a big part of the Weapon X program, and basically they're just creating all these new type soldiers. This is really pretty cool. It's a whole new storyline that we never seen before with Wolverine. And also, I just like to mention, I really like the art of it. They really show kind of like the depth of field in their shots. Most comics don't do that, but whenever they zoom in, they kind of have like a blurred out background and stuff like that. And I thought that was pretty sweet because you don't really see that a whole lot in comics. It's more just like colorful and stuff like that.
You also like some of the real world implications.
Oh yeah, like they mention YouTube and stuff like that. It just kind of makes you feel like, okay, if this was really going on right now, this is really how it'd be like. Maybe they just think Wolverine's a crazy killer, and that's their impression of Wolverine from like YouTube clips online. So, yeah, I liked it a lot.
All right, we wrap up the Battle for the Cowl and Batman Battle for the Cowl #3 by Tony Daniel. It's exciting. It didn't end up doing a lot for me. I think it was to move the pieces into place to start the next arc of Batman, and I guess on that level it succeeded, but I found it to be sort of a declining interest to me. The first issue I thought was okay. The second issue I thought was kind of a mess. This issue I thought was also kind of a mess. It's a Batman comic. It gets the players where they need to be for the next arc. It probably wasn't overall my favorite Batman story.
I think it's probably, just like you said, setting up. Maybe if they made this a 5-part series, they could have made it a little bit better. I don't know.
Maybe, but I don't want to read two more of it. So.
But yeah, just like you said, I think it's kind of setting up for what's about to happen.
Right. So we'll see where Batman goes in the future, and then we'll wrap up with Happy Birthday, Captain America.
Yep, it's Bucky's birthday.
It's Bucky's birthday, and we flash back to his birthdays throughout the years and some things that have happened to him.
Which that was pretty cool. They had some old Human Torch stuff.
Going back to the 40s when he was in World War II, and then obviously he was on ice for a while, and then they talk about some of his Winter Soldier things as he was brought out to do while he was being used by the KGB to do political assassinations, and a little bit about his redemption and eventual turn into Captain America. There's also a second story by Marcos Martin that gives you kind of the recap on the whole Captain America saga, and a funny little piece by Fred Hembeck. So really great 50th issue, and then next issue they'll turn the numbering back to the old numbering as it turns into 600, so we'll get kind of two double-sized, super-sized issues in a row. I thought this was a lot of fun. Really good stuff. Ed Brubaker is writing basically a great Captain America novel to some degree. I mean, every issue has been good. And despite a good issue of Supergirl and a good issue of Wolverine this week, Captain America is my pick of the week. He's continued to do good stuff. What do you think about that?
This kind of shows the idea of Captain America, that he stands up for what is right, and he's fighting on his birthday.
Yeah, exactly.
Not to ruin a whole lot, but that's kind of where it starts off. It's like, he's kind of like, it's my birthday, and here I am fighting for everybody else, and he's okay with that. He's totally fine with that. Like, he kind of wishes that he could just relax, but he's not complaining about it.
Right, that's not the way his life has gone. So.
Yeah.
All right, very cool. So, Kyle, what's your rundown? What's your pick of the week?
I'm going to go with Wolverine, but I liked Wolverine and Captain America a whole lot.
All right, very good. Well, so that's the comics this week. It's a good week to get out to the comic book store, read some comics on your Memorial Day. So, for Cowl Roberts, I'm Matt Price. Thanks for watching.